I just wrapped up a webinar with Score of Orange County, and one of the questions that came up had to do with landing pages. So I was really trying to hone in on the topic of landing pages and why they're so important for advertising and why you should have them in your digital marketing. But a question that came up, and I think it tends to trip up a lot of small businesses when it comes to advertising, is how many landing pages do I really need in order to be successful? And the answer to that really comes down to what you want to prioritize. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to determine how many landing pages you actually need for your Google Ads lead generation marketing campaigns. So I'm just going to find an example of a dentist that's close by, and let's take a look together, and let's just assume that I'm giving this dentist a recommendation on how many landing pages to use. So you're using dedicated landing pages. If you're watching this video, you likely already know the importance of having a dedicated landing page. You just want to know how many you actually need to be successful. And the answer to that question has to do with what you want to focus on within your Google Ads campaigns. So I clicked on Ava Dental and I was brought not to a landing page, but to their website. So this is already something that could definitely be improved, because now they're sending me here. I don't know what the next action they want me to take is, and it's pretty overwhelming because there's a lot of different pages that I can go to, and I don't know what they want me to do next. But assuming that you are Ava Dental and you have a budget of, let's say, I'm just going to say $3,000 a month. That's about $100 a day. And they have a bunch of different services here. You'd want to first determine which services from this list on your website, or what services that you have to offer actually are worth promoting. So for instance, teeth whitening might not be that worth it because not every patient's going to want that, but veneers could be something that could be super, super valuable because that could be $20,000 or more in terms of revenue. Oral care could be something that you could potentially want to concentrate on, depending on the lifetime value. But coming up with a list of high priority services, and then once you come with a list of high priority services, then you can go about determining how many landing pages. Typically, I say that you would want to have one landing page per dedicated service. Now, if you're in multiple locations, then you will probably need to do one landing page per service per location. If there are different phone numbers that you need to route to, that tends to be a little bit complicated, but that's what I would recommend if I were advising Ava Dental on how many landing pages that they should be leveraging on their Google Ads campaign. So pick the services that you want to prioritize, and then also make sure that you can actually afford to do that with your average daily budget and monthly budget. And then once you've come up with a list based off of what you can afford, then break out a dedicated landing page for every service. And then if you do have multiple locations, then you want to break out one per service per location. Let's go through another example here. I'm going to see Children Dental Fun Zone. I'm going to open this one up. And I would make the same recommendation. Their website does not have, we're not directing any traffic to a dedicated landing page, but there's a lot of different services under pediatric care, orthodontic care, and then they've got a ton of different locations. And the reason why you would want to break out a separate landing page per location is because every location is likely going to have a different phone number, a location specific phone number to call in order to make the booking. So, in this case, if this dentist wants to just focus on dental cleaning and exams, then that would just be one landing page. Dental cleaning and exams in Orange County or Santa Ana, then it would just be one. But if it was dental cleaning and exams in Santa Ana or Orange County and LA County, then you would have two landing pages. And that's how I would go about making the recommendation. It doesn't have to be overly complicated. If you have multiple locations, all you have to do is just have one base page and duplicate it and change the name of the page along with the phone number. I had a client that was a swim school with 34 locations, and it was a franchise, so we had to go out and switch out the address, the phone number, and the content a little bit, the Google map. So the good thing is, as long as you don't change the location that often, if you don't move, then you don't have to be making updates that often to the landing page, unless something's inherently wrong with the way that it's set up and it's not really converting for you. But that's what I would do, and that's what I would recommend in order to set your campaign up for success. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and check out my website, level28media.com, for more tips. And if you would like an audit or managed services, check out the website and reach out, and I'd be more than happy to have a discussion with you. All right, we'll talk to you later.